Hello again and welcome to the channel. So yesterday I went for a little walk and I stopped at a vinyl record store. But don't you hate it when you walk into a vinyl record store and there are no listening stations? You have the guy playing a music, he has only one turntable and he's playing a record, but it's blasting all over the store, right? I just hate it when I go into a store and there are no listening stations. I want to put on a headphone and I want to just get lost in the music. I don't listen for a very long time. I just listen for like 5 seconds on each track. It doesn't take me a long time for me to decide if I want this record or not. So yesterday I went to the store and I said, okay, no listening stations. So you know what? I'm gonna buy some records that if I don't like them when I get home, it's okay because I will donate them to charity. Just take them over to the Goodwill store and they'll be happy to get it. So I decided not to buy too many records. If in many cases when I go to a record store, especially when I'm in Japan, going to a record store and I can listen to the record, I come out of that store with like 10, 12 records, or more, sometimes more, spending, anywhere from 50, 60 up to $100 on some vinyl. And then I'd go back and do the same thing all over again, But if I don't see a listening station, I say, I will just spend just enough that I'm comfortable losing, you know what I mean? So yesterday I spent $8 each, $24 on 3 records, right? This one caught my eye. It says Bill Evans, special guest John McLaughlin, the alternative man, right? And it's a blue note pressing. So I thought, this might be a good buy. Okay. So I take it home and give it a listen. In my opinion, total nonsense. It was pressed in the 1980s, and as a general rule, I hate the 80s music, most of them, because during that time they used to just have so much synthesizers in the music, and it sounds so compressed and loud. It just sounds obnoxious. I just most of the 80s music I do not like. I'm not saying all of them. I have some 80s music and they sound good, but a lot of them I just do not like, and this falls into that category, right? So next up is this one, Ernie Watts, Look Into Your Heart. It says promotional copy not for sale. Right? I've never heard of Ernie Watts before, so I only buy, most of the time I just buy jazz records. So I see this was in the jazz section. So I see the man with his saxophone. So I figure, hey man, this man can blow something here. Let me try him. So, I couldn't listen to the record. So how do I know that this is a good record? Well, you can tell by the cover. You see how pretty the cover is? The cover is beautiful. So guess what? The music must be beautiful. So I bought it, and it's okay, but it's not for me. It's kind of a disco, jazzy, 80s type music. I don't like it for that reason. 1980, worst period, right? Worst period. I don't like it. So that's 2. And the third one is by Liz Story, and it's called Speechless. Now, I had never heard of Liz Story before, so I said, let me buy this. And give credit to the guy in the store. I said, can you play me a few tracks off this? And he did drop it on and give me a few seconds of one of the tracks. And I said, it's a piano gig. So I said, okay, can't be too bad. But this one is a gem. This one is a gem. It's really, really nice. Actually, it's playing in the background now, so you might hear it until YouTube take it down. Right, but this one is really good. Right. So so 1 out of 3, not bad, I'd say. Spend only 24 bucks. So these 2 are going to Goodwill, and this one will be in my collection. It's really nice. This one's really good. Yeah. But going to record store and can't listen to the records, man, I'm telling you, it's for me, it's not worth it. If I know I like that store, actually that store I went to yesterday, I've been there many times before, but it's a really nice store. It's a nice store, and but I thought by now, because I hadn't been there for a while, so I thought by now they would have at least have some stations that you could listen to, and I was wrong. But I must give them credit. It's a real nice, it's a cool little record store, and the store is pretty clean and tidy and well organized. One of the main thing I like too is that they clean their record, right? Seems like record over $8 or so, I would guess, because that's the pile I was into. They're all clean, so save me time to clean it up on my KL Audio ultrasonic cleaner. So they save me some time. You know, I like when they clean up the records. Yeah. So that's my rant for today on LP, on these LPs here. But sometimes, like, okay, let me go back a little bit. Like these records here, I mean, 2 or 3 years ago, you could get them for like might be $1 or $3 tops. But now everything has gone up. You know, all these records. This one is $8 each. You know, and these were the cheap ones. You know, I'm not crying over it. You know, it's just the way it is, supply and demand. Because as we know, old records are selling like hotcakes. You know, and when you look at the new rack, the rack for the new records, all those new records are old press. I mean, old pressing coming back, and they go from anywhere from $21 to $35, $40, $50 easy. You know, I do buy some sometimes, but as a general rule, I go to the record store with a list, right? And I also have a database on my phone, so that as I see a record in there, I always check if I have it at home or not, right? That saved me some money, because a lot of times before I did that, I used to just go and just buy a record, and when I come home, boom, I have 2 copies of that already. I'm like, what the hell? I already buy this. So now I have my database, plus I go with a list. But most of the times I can't find anything on my list, so I just wing it and look for the record with the most beautiful cover and say, okay, this must be a good LP. And what I also do is check it out on Amazon. Like if I see a record that I like, you know, a beautiful cover and everything look in place, and the pressing is, I mean, they like for example Blue Note, you know, one of those famous labels. I say, wow. I next call it up on Amazon, and then I look at reviews and see what people are saying about this record, and then I buy it, you know. yesterday I look at this record and some people say they like it, and like this, right? But this one get the most likes, right? And I said, wow, this okay, good. And you know, there you go. This one was the best one. So that's my record rant for today. So I hope when you go to a record store also you bring your list. Go there with an open mind, and like I always do, I dig into the bargain bin first, because a lot of times things in the bargain bin will appear on the regular shelf at a much higher price. You know, I've seen that so many times. So I always dig through the cheap bin first, and then you know move on from there. So those are some little tidbits you can check out. All right, thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye.